Hey guys, this is Log of 1, back with the final part to my ultimate guide on Cayo Perico Heist. If you haven't seen the previous parts, feel free to check them out. Links will be in the description below. Now, this guide will be primarily focused for advanced players. And by advanced players, I mean players who own properties like apartment, facility and casino Penthouse, along with Oppressor MkII and the Phantom Wedge. There are a lot of requirements for this guide to be applicable, so that is why I made this part separately, because in order to even own these two vehicles, there are paywalls associated to them. And this guide will also cover both consoles and PC. This is because exclusive to PC, you can job warp mid-prep missions to reduce your travel time. Now usually, you cannot use jobs on the map during any free mode mission, because all job icons disappear. However, if you launch an invalid job before starting the mission itself, then those jobs will be visible on your map. Make sure to show them all from your hide options under the interaction menu. And now once you launch the mission, you can start any job that is near to the mission checkpoint from the map itself. However, you need to use the right mouse button on your keyboard to cancel the job before it completely loads in. Doing so spawns you and your personal vehicle at the location of the job. Even though it might come out as controversial, but in my opinion, I don't think it is anything different than creating a solo public lobby or closing application to save product. This is because you are basically canceling the job before it properly loads in, thereby using a feature in the game to your advantage. And at the end of the day, it is completely up to you if you want to use it or not. Alright, so let's get right into it. Now, before you launch your gather intel mission, what you want to do is to make a quick call to Simeon or any other contact of your choice and request a job. I will explain later on what to do with this job invite. And as I have mentioned before, if you are on PC, start any invalid job, so you can instantly teleport to the mission checkpoint, thereby saving couple minutes in the process. Now, during the gather intel mission, you will only be scoping the primary target and the secondary targets inside the compound. Now, if you want to do the gold glitch, then scan all the rooms. If you do not want to, then only scan till the second camera at the office. Gold glitch will make things a bit quicker, but not by a lot, and I will explain later on why. And now, as soon as you are done with it, just accept the job invite, and then quit the job when the job menu opens up. This is applicable to consoles as well. This will allow you to complete the gather intel mission instantly, and you will respawn at the docks. Now the advantage it offers is that the docks is very close to the Merryweather headquarters. Now, respawn your Oppressor MkII and your Kosatka while flying towards the Merryweather headquarters. This method is a bit faster and more beneficial than using the creator method. Land your MkII at the nose of the submarine in a stable state. If it starts to tilt even a little bit, get back on it and park it again. Now, start your weapons prep mission. For this one, do not start an invalid job. If you get the Merryweather mission, you can now blow up the Valkyrie even faster, since you are right next to it. Keep doing this till you get the office prep. And during the office prep mission, you will want to do it completely stealth by killing only 3 guards. Trust me, it is faster to do so. And, while flying on your MkII, you will want to return your Kosatka to storage, and respawn it when leaving the office. This will make sure to reduce your travel times. Now go ahead and launch the invalid job, if you are on PC. Now, if you have the bearer bonds as the primary target, then preferably launch the fingerprint cloner prep first, otherwise launch the plasma cutter prep. This strategy might feel confusing at first, but it will become a lot more intuitive once you run it often. The main idea is to reduce your travel time. For finger cloner prep, just ricochet a grenade and take cover on your right. Don't even bother turning off power to the cameras outside. And now once near the laptop, keep calling Simeon or any other contact who can pick up calls, in order to skip Pavel's dialogues, till the objective to hack the computer appears. During the plasma cutter prep, just move forward a little, and take the picture of the board, instead of going all the way to the board. And if you are on PC, you can job warp to the next mission objective for both of these missions, since you are not carrying any heist prep equipment. This will save couple of minutes on each prep. Now, if the archive location of the finger cloner was at East Vinewood, then you need to respawn your Kosatka near the Palomino Highlands, where the Noose headquarters are. And this scenario, you should start the Safe Codes prep mission. Here the nearby spawn location of the Kosatka comes in handy, along with ownership of Casino Penthouse. It will not only speed up your entry into the Penthouse, but after collecting the safe codes, you can blow yourself up. Doing so will spawn you at the Noose headquarters as well as complete your prep mission, and now you can fly back to your Kosatka much faster. As you can see, you are saving a lot of travel time by doing so. In any other scenario, you should start the cutting torch prep instead. No need to job warp for this one, because the mission locations are fairly nearby. And as mentioned before in part 3 of this guide, just equip the hard hat, and easily collect the cutting torch without dealing with the guards. Following up will be your last equipment prep, which could be either plasma cutter or fingerprint cloner. And just like before, you need to start the invalid job, if you are on PC. Once completed, your final prep will be approach vehicle. Now, we will be looking at only 2 options: Kosatka and Longfin. If you use the Longfin, then you need a Heist apartment invite, especially at Del Perro apartments for console users. Now, usually, apartment invite disappears once you start a free mode mission, but if you have an active Doomsday heist along with an active apartment heist, then you should have at least 1 extra apartment invite available by the time you start this mission. And if you are on PC, and you plan to use the job warp, then you need to select Longfin, whether or not you want to use the gold glitch, because honestly it doesn't matter. This is because, using job warps, Longfin becomes the fastest prep mission that you can complete in this heist. Since, the Phantom Wedge is a personal vehicle, and it can be attached to the Longfin trailer, so once you job warp, the trailer is also teleported along with the wedge. So basically, all you will be doing is, warping to the police station, collecting the trailer with the Phantom Wedge, accepting the Heist apartment invite to get rid of the wanted level, job warping again to the docks, and then finally delivering it to the checkpoint. And there you go. The entire prep will be completed in less than 2 minutes. I will link all the jobs in the description, so feel free to use them. For console users, I will recommend to use the Del Perro apartment invite, because firstly you will instantly lose your wanted level, and flying back to the Kosatka will be quicker than other methods. Now if you do not plan to collect secondary targets from the compound, then you will be using the main docks as entrance with your Longfin. Your main aim is to collect whatever secondary targets you see first. Do not bother to check where you can find stacks of coke. It is entirely possible that you will only get cash or weed at these locations. As you can see on the map, there will be 8 tables that you can easily loot from before heading to the compound, which should be enough to fill your bags. And along the way, just keep a lookout for guard clothing, so it gets easier to walk and drive around. And now if you do plan to use the gold glitch, but are using Longfin as entry vehicle, then you can attempt the Longfin jump inside the wall fences. But the jump is a bit inconsistent to pull off every time, maybe even more than the gold glitch itself. So if you do not plan to do so, then just use the good old easy drainage tunnel entrance. And finally, for console users who plan to use the gold glitch, Kosatka should be selected, as it will be a much better option. I personally have completed the finale quicker with the Longfin, but trust me, you need good RNG for the gate code drops to do it. Our main idea is to rely less on RNG and more on approach. And now once inside the compound, do not bother with finding the keys. Just fill your bags with secondary targets, and head straight to the office, knocking the 3 personal guards along the way. If you get the keys, then jump off and run to the gates. Otherwise just hack the elevator, since you came to the office to collect the safe money anyways. Now, if you plan to collect the secondary targets in the compound, then it is possible that you might have to go through multiple doors in order to collect the targets. And if you have used the gold glitch before, you are aware that the doors do not open as easily. Your timing needs to be perfect, and sometimes you can be spending up to 10 minutes while doing so. And this is the exact reason I think that the difference in time between collecting secondary targets, either from outside the compound or from inside the compound, is insignificant. In my personal opinion, the extra 150,000 and couple extra minutes of time save is not worth the risk. Either way, after collecting the primary target, just take the Mancha Scout and make the jump from the cliff. Keep swimming, and eventually the text, "Escape Cayo Perico," will disappear, indicating that your heist is complete. And that's about it. By my rough calculations, including load times and everything, you will be completing the heist in 25 to 30 minutes on PC, if you plan to use job warps, otherwise it will take you roughly 35 to 40 minutes. You might not be able to complete the heist just as fast instantly, as you will be making a lot of mistakes during your first few times. But the more you do it, quicker you will get, minute by minute. There are other speedrunning strats that I have used in my speedruns, like using personal vehicle at Cayo Perico during gather intel mission, blocking spawns for certain missions, to get better spawn locations, hangar running, and not collecting secondary targets. This is because the aim of my speedrun was to get the quickest time, not to make the most money in least amount of time. So that's why I have not included them in this guide. And I have also made sure not to base this entire video on only using exploits and glitches. I have provided all options for all types of players, so that this video will still be valid if and when the glitches are patched. Alright guys, I hope that using these methods, you will be able to improve your time and make money faster. Feel free to share in the comments if you have any questions. And I will see you guys later.